Okay, this is part 2 of our color block cowl. You can see that we have finished working our 33 rows on each strip. Now we're going to slip stitch them together. We just want to make sure that we have them in a corresponding manner. If you look at them, it doesn't really matter right side versus wrong side, but you want the rows to line up. So you can see top edge is a raised edge, and then it goes an under edge, and in the second piece we've got a raised edge and an under. So these are lining up correctly. So once you get them in the right position, you're just gonna fold them on top of each other, and with the right sides facing that you matched up, just fold it on top. Okay, and you're gonna lay them so that they go in one piece. Now you're going to grab your yarn onto the side that still has the yarn attached. And I just had one stitch pull out, so let me fix that. Okay. So we're going to chain 1, and then with them attached, okay, we're going to slip stitch. And you want to kind of keep your rows together. You can see how they line up. You can make your edges line up. We've got a raised edge, and you're just going to go into the corner, pull up a loop, okay, and then the loop that you just pulled up, we're going to bring through the loop that was on our hook. So again, you just go into the next spot, pull up a loop. This loop you bring through the one already on your hook. You're going to do this all the way across. Insert, pull up a loop, bring it over and through. All the way across the long edge with the 2 colors. And again, go in, pull up a loop, and then bring it through. Now I try to go through 2 thicknesses, but sometimes there's just one thread. That's okay. You just want to make sure that they still match up. Okay? And you're going to continue this until you get down the whole length of the cowl. Okay, so I've gotten to the end of the row, and what we're going to do now is we're going to finish off. So you just pull through, and then we're going to cut, and we're going to leave a couple inches on our tail, so that way we can weave in the ends. Okay, so now your piece is connected lengthwise, just like this. Okay, so now we're going to add our twist. And the twist, all you're going to do is on one end, we're going to switch these 2 parts. So we're just going to turn it 1 time. Okay, that's it. That's all we do. Then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this part, we're going to fold it in half and bring it to the other side. So when you see your work now, you will have a checkerboard. Okay, you can see how we have a dark gray and a green, a light gray, green and dark gray. Okay, and now we are going to slip stitch this edge together. Okay, so what I like to do is I put a slip stitch on my hook. Okay, so I put a slip stitch on my hook, and then we're going to go again through both thicknesses, starting at one corner. Go in and then pull through the loop on the hook, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop and go through, and you're going to continue this until you get all the way to your other edge. Now this one's a little bit easier because you can go stitch for stitch, working through both thicknesses, and you're going to go all the way across. Okay, once you reach the end, you cut your yarn, and again you just fasten off, and now your project is almost complete. Okay, you can see I've got my one twist in here. I've got my X's of color. Now what you're going to need is you're going to have to weave in all your little ends, and I will show you how to do that. Okay, you're going to need a tapestry needle. They have a bunch of different kinds. They have plastic ones, and then they have metal ones, and the metal ones are not sharp at all. They're a blunt needle. I prefer the metal ones because they don't snap, and also they have a smaller eye, so it goes through the stitches easier. So we're going to be using a metal one, and all you're going to do is you're going to find some of your ends. Okay, let me go into here. Okay, so you're just going to thread your needle, and the way that I find it threads the best is if you fold it in half and pinch it, and then just kind of go through. Now what I like to do is I pick a color. So here I have the green, and I'm going to go through on the green side. So I just insert my needle up along this seam, back down in the next stitch, go up in the third stitch, go back down in the next stitch, and you want to go until you have about 2 inches. Okay, and then we're going to back seam. We're going to backtrack to lock it in place. So I'm going to go into the next, and then back down, and there. Okay, now you want to cut it close, but you want to be careful that you do not cut your fabric, and then that is going to stay in place. You're going to do that with all of your ends, and then you have a finished cowl. Now you'll notice that the seam, okay, we're going to turn this guy inside out a little bit. Half of it will have a seam, and the other half will not, and that's supposed to be that way. And then usually the way that I wear it is I find the checkerboard in the back, and then this part goes on the back of your neck. So you would stretch it out like this, and then just put it on. And then I like to go into a mirror and just kind of fluff the little X so that forms in front. And that is how you finish your color block cowl.